Hello, I am going to be saying subscribe to PewDiePie until my battery runs out on my tablet. I don't have a phone. So, yeah, I'm just gonna start doing that. Alright, subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. I need better lighting. Hang on. Is that better? Subscribe. No, it isn't. Whatever. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, please. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Subscribe to PewDiePie right now. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Subscribe. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Subscriber to PewDiePie. Subscribe 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 to PewDiePie. PewDiePie you need to subscribe to. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Subscribe. Yes, it has been going on for 8 minutes. No, 10 minutes actually. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Subscribe to Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 That's backwards, whatever. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Brofist. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Subscribe. I am saying something. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 You're welcome. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Punch that like button. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Punch the subscribe button. Bro fist it. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Unsubscribe from T-Series. There, that's something else. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Love PewDiePie. Yeah. Subscribe to PewDiePie. But you also need to subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Say I'm a pie. What the heck does that mean? I'm a pie. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Surprise PewDiePie. Subscribe to 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 PewDiePie. It's really no worries. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie though. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie. It's going to get a lot worse though, so. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Subscribe. Yeah, you do need to subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 And subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 No. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Hang on just 1 minute. I'll be right back. What is it? Oh, thanks.
Subscribe to PewDiePie.
Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe. Is that backwards? Oh gosh dang it, it is. Dang it, it's backwards, isn't it? Somebody in the chat tell me if it's... Oh, it's upside down, shoot. Is this backwards still though? Whatever, you get this, you get the idea. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Oh, subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Subscribe with PewDiePie. Subscribe to 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 PewDiePie. Subscribe with PewDiePie. Subscribe with PewDiePie. Subscribe to 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 PewDiePie. And subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie. No, I won't say that. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Subscribe Big Chunga. There, I said it. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to Big Chungus. What? Did I just... Alright, whatever. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Suscrito en PewDiePie. Subscribe to 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 PewDiePie. Chunga 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 chunga. I'm not doing that for 10 hours or whatever. But I will subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Why not subscribe to PewDiePie? Just subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie and T-Series will not prevail. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Heck. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Make sure to subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Thanks for that like, whoever just liked. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 I did it. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Shoot, could subscribe to PewDiePie, please. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Subscribe to hecking PewDiePie. Hecking heck. Sorry for the language. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Oh, subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Subscribe to PewDiePie, by the way. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Please. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Subscribe to PewDiePie, everybody. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 PewDiePie you need to subscribe to. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Subscribe. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Oh, I gotta sneeze. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Subscribe. Alright, a bunch of numbers in the chat. That's cool, I guess. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Hang on, what else did the chat say? Die Lil Tay. There. Sorry, I missed that request. Sorry. Oh, how much is the battery? I don't even know if these people are even in the chat anymore. Die Lil Tay. How much is it? 63 so far. I don't even know if you're in the chat anymore or in the video at all. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Subscribe to PewDiePie, everybody. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Right? Yeah. Me too. Me too. That's why I'm doing this, honestly. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe. Oh, and I'm doing this just for my test live stream, I guess. I might live stream more. I don't know. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Subscribe to the PewDiePie. Subscribe to 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 PewDiePie, everybody. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Everybody subscribe to PewDiePie. Why don't you just subscribe to PewDiePie already? Subscribe. Subscribe, man. Or girl. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 You should totally do one sometime, Crazy Ball. You should. It's fun. This is my first one, and I'm already having tons of fun. Oh, it's backwards? Oh, whatever. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie. I thought the camera was flipped, so that's why I tried writing it backwards, but I guess anything I do is backwards. My life in a nutshell. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to... Oh, wait, that means a sign over here probably isn't reversed then. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 You're going to go crazy. I'm going to go crazy. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Oh man, you fell. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Subscribe to PewDiePie, everybody. Subscribe. Subscribe. PewDiePie. Subscribe to 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 PewDiePie, or I spray this Flex Seal in my mouth. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Yes, subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe. I did what? What did I do? Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe. No. No, I won't. That was a joke. That was a joke. I won't do that. I'm not. Alright, whatever. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Subscribe to Felix Shelberg. Subscribe to Felix Shelberg. Subscribe to Felix Shelberg. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Scare PewDiePie Season 2. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 We hit an hour. We hit an hour. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie. What's my percent? 57. Alright, 2 more hours. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Subscribe to PewDiePie right now. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 It's harder to breathe in there than I thought. Oh god. Subscribe to PewDiePie, everybody. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Good night, Crazy Ball. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Why are we still here? Good night. Night. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribers to PewDiePie. Subscribe 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 to PewDiePie. Good morning. What? Alright, whatever. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie. By the way, if I just start saying random things, I know I should have said this earlier, but if you're watching this video after the live stream, when it's up, then if I say random stuff, then it's from the chat. So I'm just reading the chat. So yeah. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Have a cookie. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, I got a cookie because the chat said to get a cookie. Or have a cookie. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Subscribe. No, I'm not going to go to McDonald's. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Wait, hang on a minute. Hold on. Is that who I think it is? Bean Marston? Oh, I know him. Hey, what's up? Subscribe to PewDiePie, though. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Shoot, hang on. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 My tablet's almost 50%. 50% left, just about, so about halfway. So Do you live in? No, I live in Ohio. Uh, uh, subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Yeah, I know Ohio is one of the worst countries of all time. I mean, country. Did I really just call Ohio a country? It's one of the worst states of all time. Sorry. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Ah. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie or I shoot you with this rubber band. Whatever. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Yeah, okay, I know we made planes, but we have more... Alright. Maybe it's just Dayton that's really bad. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Also, fun fact, North Carolina is stupid, and because they kind of just stole the creating planes thing from us. So, yeah, they're stupid. I don't like them. Subscribe to PewDiePie, though. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Move to Florida? I don't think I can do that. There's a lot of hurricanes there, too. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Hold on, I'll be right back. I'm back. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie. I need to lock my door. Hang on. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Yes, it is. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Yeah, subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 And subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Subscribe. No, I won't do that. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Join the Supreme Memes Discord. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 No, it's not. It's 47% actually. If it was plugged in though, if I just saw it plugged in, I would just end the stream. But subscribe to PewDiePie anyways. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Subscribe, because you need to subscribe to PewDiePie, that's why. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Dang, you're a dedicated viewer. Watch till the end. Yeah, I'm pretty. Yeah, I am completely bored and have nothing to do. Subscribe to PewDiePie though. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie and your life will be a lot better. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Ah, I knocked over my light. I knocked over my light. Sorry about that. Subscribe to oh my gosh, that's not where it was. Good enough. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Sorry, I kept hearing weird sounds upstairs. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 It's been like an hour and 20 minutes for like an hour and 20 minutes now. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Sorry. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Oh, subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Suscrito en PewDiePie. Subscribe to 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 PewDiePie. Subscribe to... Why? Because you need to subscribe to PewDiePie. That's why. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Oh shoot, I was saying PewDiePie, sorry. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Subscribe to PewDiePie, please. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Alright. Good night, Bean Marston. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Can you call all YouTubers plus PewDiePie? I don't have their phone number, I'm sorry. I'm just a normal kid like you. Uh, oh shoot, sorry. I just blanked out just then. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 No, Christian channel. Christian channel. I won't. No. Christian channel. But I will say subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Subscribe to PewDiePie, please. He needs it. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Hello. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Hello, Ehab James. Welcome to the stream. Subscribe to PewDiePie though. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 For 50 hours. Oh my gosh. I don't even think a human can stay awake for that long, so I don't think I can do that. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie. I'm only doing this for another hour and 30 minutes, I guess, because I'm guessing that's how long it'll take for my tablet to run out of power. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 I mean, it is kind of a meme. Subscribe to PewDiePie, you know, that. Also, thanks for subscribing to me and PewDiePie. That's a double respect. Subscribe to PewDiePie. I don't know how long iPhone 5 lasts. I don't even have a phone. I have a Samsung Galaxy tablet. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Hopefully people join. I don't know, it's been halfway through the stream already, and I think the top amount of viewers we got so far was 4, so I don't know, something big could happen, I don't know. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie. What the heck did I just say? Subscribe to PewDiePie. Wow. Alright, whatever. I'm starting to lose it. Subscribe to PewDiePie though. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Does anyone know you are doing this? Well, the people in my house do. But no, anybody else? I think just basically the people that were in this stream so far. That's about it. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Who's Andrew? There's no Andrew in the chat. I'm not even named Andrew. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Oh, that's your brother. Alright. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 No, I'm not Andrew. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Why is this thumbnail like that? I don't know what the thumbnail even is, so I can't really tell you. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Big Chunga. Chunga, 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 chunga. Big Chungus. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Subscribe to Big Chungus. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe. Sub to me too. There, I said it. Get it? Subscribe to PewDiePie though. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Hang on. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Oh, I can't reach, dang it, hang on. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Rise and grind, gamers. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Yeah, it is bad quality. I mean, that's what you get from, I don't know, YouTube streaming. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. You know, I got my laptop right here. I got a USB cable thing. What if I just plugged in my tablet and I just kept doing this? It doesn't even, you know, I don't need to do this until my tablet runs out of power. I can do this forever. So I'll just do that instead. So I have it plugged into my tablet right now, so let's just do that instead. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 suicide, subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 must subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Why don't you subscribe to PewDiePie? Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. No, I didn't eat a lot of sugar before this. I ate one cookie. I may or may not have done drugs though. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to Subscribe. It's hard to say the B now. It's hecking hard to say the B. Subscribe. Subscribe. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, please. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Subscribe to Brofist. Brofist. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe. I'm scared of PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, I'm scared of PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. It's not an iPad, it's an Android Galaxy tablet. Brofist. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 Brofist, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 just subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, just subscribe to PewDiePie, just subscribe to PewDiePie. How much battery left? 32. 32 battery. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe. Alright, subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, Scare PewDiePie Season 2, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. No, don't unsubscribe from PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Unsubscribe from T-Series though. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. That's very mature. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. I gave up on the idea of just charging my tablet, so whatever. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe. I might do that another night or something. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. subscribe to PewDiePie,
Subscribe to
subscribe to
PewDiePie.
PewDiePie, subscribe to 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 PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe. Oh, that was my brother. He also subscribed to PewDiePie, and he wants you to subscribe to PewDiePie. So subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Am I Craykill? I don't know who that is. I'm sorry, I don't know who that is. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Kill Tim. I have no idea what you guys are saying in chat, I'm sorry. Subscribe to PewDiePie though, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Dang, 5 viewers. That's like the most that we've gotten all hecking stream. You can subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Oh, I'm doing something. Whoa, I'm doing something. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 please subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Ben Ben's, they're good. What does that say? Ben Ben's, they're good for your heart. That the more you eat, the more you Alright. I'm gonna give a clap for that joke. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Maybe it's just a good idea to just stop reading chat, because I'm sorry, but you guys are just saying the weirdest stuff. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Boring. Alright, well you're the one that came to the stream, so. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 can you subscribe to me? Maybe. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, I'll think about it. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 buy plushies and toys. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Hit or miss? I guess they never miss, huh? That's the best joke I've heard this stream. Like, honestly, everybody else is just making fart jokes. So thank you for actually giving me an actual meme this time. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie. This live stream is going to get 100k views after it's done. I don't know. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I don't know. If it does, and I will be very amazed. But yeah, that's unlikely to happen. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 We hit 2 hours. 2 hours of saying subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Thanks, Zector. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 25% on my tablet. Oh gosh. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Sorry. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Subscribe to I came back just to watch PewDiePie. Hey. Cool. 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 Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. See ya, Crazy Ball. It's been fun. Dang, you lasted like the entire stream. My gosh. Alright, well, see you. Good night. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Subscribe. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Hello, Tim. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. I don't know if it's the world record or not. I don't know. Mr. Beast said it for quite a while, so I don't know if it's the world record. But, I don't know. It might be like the third world record. I don't know. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie. After this stream, like maybe some other day, I might go for the world record. Cause for now I'm just lasting as long as my tablet's battery can last. But I might go for the world record some other day. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 please subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. I didn't name the Jake and Shabil show. It's alright, so I will alright, I'll just answer that right now, I guess. It's a dumb name that I came up with when I was like 4 or 5 years old. And so one of my old, like really old stuffed animals was named, I named him Jake, and my brother also had a stuffed animal, and that stuffed animal's name was Shaboodles from the famous TV show Chowder, and we kind of made comics about the two of them, and so I just named the channel after that, because I don't know, I couldn't think of anything else, so yeah, that's the story. Anyway, subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. The Jake and Gaming Show. Wow, I have not uploaded on that channel in a while. I completely forgot about it, honestly. So I guess that's why it's dead. Dang, I really haven't uploaded that in a while. Alright, anyways, subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Why not subscribe to PewDiePie? Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Shoot, I have an incoming video chat, hang on. Join. Hang on. Alright, sorry about that. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Well, I'm going to, no, I'm not going to give up. I'm just going to, alright, so there won't really be a giving up. My stream will just completely end, without me knowing that it'll end, because my tablet will just shut off, because it's out of power. So I'm going to continue doing this until my tablet runs out of power. Alright, subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. I don't know what you're talking about, but subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Yeah, I really don't know what you're talking about. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. See ya. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Right now I'm not talking to anyone, like literally, the chat's zero, so whatever. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Bye. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to, sorry about that, subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe, oh it's upside down, I think. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe. Both of this. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Subscribe. I want you to subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. PewDiePie! Subscribe! Subscribe to PewDiePie! Subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Hippity hoppity, subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Whoa, the heck? My gosh, my tablet's just freaking out right now, I guess. My gosh, that capture looks weird. Alright, whatever. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Alright, whatever, that kind of flashy thing going on the screen. I don't know if that'll appear on the video or not, but whatever that is, I don't know what that is. It's just there, I guess. I don't know. Subscribe to PewDiePie, 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 subscribe to PewDiePie. Hello, plush giraffe. Welcome to the stream.